science and technology in the Philippine context. Early Filipino already had their own culture and traditions before the coming of the colonizers. Their own system of beliefs in indigenous knowledge helped them to thrive and survive their lives and communities for many years.
My topic is early Filipinos culture and traditions and early indigenous sciences. So, our country are rich in heritage and traditions. Culture and tradition are the life of our ancestors. It gives us unique identity of being a Filipino. Our traditions here in our country are so precious like a diamond. Because until now in our modern society, some of Filipinos still manage to continue that they know. One of the tradition is being hospitable Filipino. Because if we are having visitors, we are warmly welcome them with a smile on our face. Even indigenous people in our country had this characteristic that many foreign people admire on us. That's all.
One of the cultural icons here in the Philippines is Bahay Kubo or Nipahat in English term. Bahay Kubo was the best example of architectural technique of indigenous people because it only used a green materials that can be found locally like bamboo and coco lumber. Bahay Kubo was considered a cultural heritage, a symbol of togetherness, and the saddest part of it is Bahay Kubo nowadays can only be found in provinces. Thank you.
Philippine context. Metal Age in the Philippines started on 500 BC and it ended on 1 AD. This era was the first time that Filipinos used metal tools. The example of metals that they are used are coppers and iron to make swords and spears. It was referred to as the incipient phase according to Hokano. That's all. Thank you.
When the Spaniards colonized the country, they brought their own culture. They established schools and introduced the concept of subject and discipline. It was beginning a formal science and technology. Learning of science in school focused on understanding the concept of human body, plants, animals, and heavenly bodies. Life during Spaniards' era slowly became modernized. Adapting some Western technology, Filipinos developed ways to replicate the technology brought by Spaniards. Medicine and advanced science introduced formal college and universities.
Good day everyone, our topic is the galleon trade. When the Spaniard came to the Philippines, our ancestors were already trading with the China, Japan, Siam, India, Cambodia, and the Moluccas. The Spanish government continued trade relationship these countries, and the Manila became the center of the commerce in the East. During the day of the galleon trade, Manila became one of the world's great ports, serving as a focus for trade between China and Europe.
Established public education system in exploration of full mineral resources. They established the public education system, improved the engineering works and the health conditions of the people. President McKinley advocated for a free public school system that would help train and enforce Filipinos of the duties of an ideal colonial. This authorized 600 teachers from America, known as the Thomasites, to teach in the newly colonized nation. The mineral resources of the country were also explored and exploited during the American times. Transportation and communication systems were improved though not accessible throughout the country.
Americans have more influence in the development of science technology in the Philippines compared to the Spaniards. They established the public education system, improved the engineering work and health condition of the people. They established a mode research university, the University of Philippines, and created more public hospital, the former colonial master. The policy was the introduction of American system of education, and so purposive and far-reaching was the impact and influences of the life and culture of Filipino during after the colonial period that is generally regarded as the greatest contribution of American colonialism in the
And my report is all about World War II. World War II caused several severe hunger crises, which led to many casualties and may have had long-term effects on the health of survivors. The Philippines had suffered great loss of life and tremendous physical destruction by the time the war was over. An estimated 1 million Filipinos had been killed, a large proportion during the final months of the war. In Manila was extensively damaged.
Establishment of the new republic and the overseas development aid. Overseas development aid is a financial aid which supports science and technology research that comes from the government. This will help to improve the economic growth because we all know that if we have advanced science and technology, the quality of our life makes easier than before. In field of science and technology, for the purpose of students will be the future of innovation, they will make a difference.
Internal and external influence that shape science technology of the Philippine society. First is online banking. Study reveals that 75% of Filipinos today do most of their banking transactions using computers, tablets, or mobile phones. Second is online shopping. 51% of those surveyed browse for products online, while 29% proceed to make their purchase using their phones. Third is mobile payments. The digital marketplace still depends highly on cash-on-delivery payments and bank transfer instead of credit cards. Smart has introduced Smart Money, while Globe has GCash. And last, online pawning. This is commonly used by Filipinos whenever they need cash fast and when they don't want to be bothered with having to submit a lot of documentation.
So my topic is all about government policies on science and technology. Science and technology is the study of how social, economic, political, and cultural factors affect scientific research, development, and most especially on how technology affects human societies. Science and technology policy is one of the public policies that promotes appropriate funding to advance scientific and technological research and education. Studies the impact of science and technology upon its citizenry and prescribes regulation if it's necessary. Thank you, guys.
So my topic is all about the social science, humanity, education, international policies, and the governance. So the importance of this is ensuring compliance of drugs manufactured, implementation of Food and Drug Administration, creating an educational council, empowering food and drugs agencies, conduct evidence-based research as pool of information. And the second one is the physics, engineering, and industrial research. So the importance of this is the emphasizing degrees, licenses, and employment and opportunities based on RA 9184, harnessing science and technologies as an independent mover of development.
Iko Mamerto from BSBA Marketing 2, and my topic is Medical Chemistry and Pharmaceutical Science. Medical and Pharmaceutical Chemistry focus on the interaction between chemical and organism. Many chemists in this field work on discovering new drugs and sometimes specialize in a specific research such as creating antibiotics or determining how drugs react to the body. It means this profession is the one who is responsible for making or discovering new antibiotics or vaccine that help.
Programs supported by the Philippine government through the DOST. Some of these are the following: providing funds for basic research and passions related to science technology. DOST scholarship for undergraduate and graduate students in the field of science and technology to produce more research, including engineering. Establishing more branches of the Philippine Science High School system for training young Filipinos in the field of science and technology. Lastly is creating science and technology parks to encourage academic and industry partnerships.
Topic is science-related program and project of education. School students are naturally curious, which makes science an ideal subject for them to learn. Science allows students to explore their world and discover new things. It is also an active subject containing activities such as hands-on labs and experiments. This makes science well-suited to active younger children. Science education is the field concerned with sharing science contents and process with individuals not traditionally considered part of the scientific community. And also science program for students will build the skills and talents of students who are with special skills in science and maybe in the future create or innovate for our country and economy. A project in education is collaborative process frequently involving different teacher and educational staff that is carefully planned to achieve a particular aim.
Topic for today is all about existing program through DOTS. But before we proceed on the main topic, let me give a short background about the word DOTS. DOTS defined as Directly Observed Treatment Short Course. It is the name given to the tuberculosis control strategy recommended by the World Health Organization. These are the following program of DOTS. The first is political commitment with increased and sustained financing. Case detection through quality assured bacteriology. Standardized treatment with supervision and patient support. An effective drug supply and management system. Lastly was monitoring and evolution system and impact measurement. DOTS for TV consists of: first is diagnosing cases. Second is treating patients for 6 to 8 months with drugs. Lastly is promoting adherence to the relatively difficult treatment regimen.
Topic is Congress law related to science and technology. Congress law, sila yung gumagawa ng batas. Then yung science naman, dito pumapasok yung mga processing, experiment, observation, and instruction. Then yung technology, ito na yung nabuo ng science na mga bagay. Kasi yung science and technology is nagtutulungan sila para makabuo ng isang bagay na pwedeng gamitin sa makabagong modernization. Then, meron akong mga examples dito ng mga bagay na yun. Number 1 na dito is yung mga machines. Ito yung mga basics machines na ginagamit para mas mapabilis yung paggawa ng isang bagay o pagproseso ng mga bagay na magagamit dito sa ating mundong ginagalawan. At yung mga bagay na to is legal siyang tinanggap dahil nga sa pag-approve ng mga Congress laws.
My name is Major Pedro Suarez from BSBA Major in Marketing 2A. By the way, I would like to tackle my discussion from this subject, that is famous Filipino field of science introduction. For example, science and technology in the Philippines. What is that? This is described scientific and technological progress made by the Philippines and analyze related the policy issues. Pre-colonial period. Filipinos already aware by medicine and therapeutic properties of plant and method of extracting medicine from herbs. Spanish colonial period contributed the growth of science and technology in archipelago like religion, reading, writing, architecture, and music was taught. This is the time we established colleges like the one of the famous colleges and university in the Philippines, that is Santo Tomas University, established the time of 1580 century.
Vanessa Lino Perez from BSBA Marketing 2. So I will discuss the Filipino scientists. So the first Filipino scientist is Ramon C. Barba. So Ramon C. Barba is born in October 31, 1939 in Ilocos, Norte. So he is the Filipino inventor and horticulturist, well known for inventing a way to use or to induce the flowers and mango, or research in tissue culture in a mango Philippines. So the next one is Jose C. Camiso. So Dr. C. Camiso has been leading the physical science in Goddard Space Flight Center in NASA in 1939. So his research is related to climate ever since and observing the characteristics.
Jose Behar Cruz Jr. was born on September 17, 1932. He finished his study BS Electrical Engineering at the University of Philippines in 1953. BS Electrical Engineering, Massachusetts Institute of Technology in 1956. Philippine Doctorate, Electrical Engineering, University of the Illinois 1959. Dr. Lourdes J. Cruz, also known as the Pinay biochemist, who studied a deadly snail. The award of Dr. Lourdes J. Cruz are NAST Outstanding Young Scientist Award 1981, NRCP Achievement Award in Chemistry in 1982. The contribution of Dr. Lourdes J. Cruz is to understanding of biochemistry of toxopeptides from venom of fish handling.
My name is Vladimir Di Canonoy and I am BSBA Marketing 2A. And the topic given to me is all about who is the Dr. Vivian Millar they read. So what is the most contribution for the science introduction? I would like to say that the contribution by the Vivian Millar. Dr. Vivian Deirit is a Philippine educator and scientist. He is a professor of the chemistry in Ateneo de Manila University. Deirit is known for his phytochemical work of the development of the Lagundi is a part of the National Integrated Research Program in the medicine plant. Dr. Deirit received a Bachelor of Science degree in chemistry from the Ateneo de Manila University in 1975. 3 years later, he earned his Master of the Arts degree and a Doctor of the Philosophy degree in the chemistry in 1981 from the Princeton University. So that's all.
Rafael Dinero Guerrero, also known as Rapi, born on August 7, 1944, son of Rafael Jr., a lawyer and engineer, and Rosalina Guerrero, a Filipino inventor of vermicomposing and vermicol. SRT 95 o sex reversal tilapia, 95% male fry. In 2 years of research, and he conquered to make pure milk the sperm of tilapia. They forced to feed the tilapia of sperm hormones in the time that there is no specific gender. Enrique Mapua Estrella, also known as Daddy, born on June 23, 1941, son of Enrique Sr., former professor, former chairman of Department of Metallurgy in UP, and Elena Mapua, a graduate in UP Pharmacy. Enrique Mapua is a Filipino doctor known in her research regarding in medicine and study in the field of pediatrics. He is the one who designed MedTex kit to start using meconomium to drug test a person. These are one of the best and accurate in doing drug testing.
Who is Lilian Patena? Lilian Patena was a Filipino scientist. She was known for discovering the seedless breed of Lime pomelo. She was honored as one of the outstanding women in the nation's service towns during 1998 and Women of Distinction of Science and Technology in 1995. She is also invented leaf bud cutting and growing cassava. Patena also did a lot of research on various plants such as potatoes, onions, and ginger, that everything is for its beauty and rapid growth. And who is Marijo Panganiban Ruiz? It is a Filipino mathematician, and she honored for being an outstanding educator and graph theorist. She was also known as a quiet but decisive leader who was capable of making rational decisions regardless of his personal feeling about certain issues, so that many people admire him for his talents and dedications in the field of mathematics.
My topic is all about Gregory Ligot and other Filipino scientists who recognized abroad, and I will briefly discuss what are their contributions. Gregory Ligot Tangonan, also known for his research in the field of communications technology. First is Dr. Cesar A. Saloma, was recognized for his contributions to photonics and signal processing that were accomplished with colleagues and students at the NIP. Edgardo Gomez was a known as researcher, scientist, conservation advocate, and mentor in invertebrate biology and ecology, giant clam culture and restoration, and coral reef assessment and conservation. The third is William G. Padolina is recognized for his significant contributions in the field of natural products chemistry, coconut chemistry, biotechnology, and in management of research and development. Lastly is Angel Alcala. He was the first scientist to comprehensively study the reptiles and amphibians of the Philippines, and this research led to the identification of more than 15 new species.
Good day to everyone. This topic is all about indigenous science and technology and indigenous knowledge and system. Like this example is IKS such as Ayurveda from India and acupuncture from China are well known. IK covers diverse areas of importance for society, spanning issues concerned with the quality of life from agriculture and water to health. The IK resident in India.
Indigenous science is the first to the science knowledge of the people who, as participants in culture affected by the world's view and interest of their communities and their homeland. It is also reversing direct observation or forecasting and generating predictions, while indigenous beliefs have a strong connection to nature and worship practices that brings community together. They usually do not have any formal religion, but seek to live in harmony with nature.
Good day everyone. Our topic is Indigenous Science is Guided by Culture. So, indigenous science is guided by culture and community values such as the following. 1. The land is a source of life. It is a precious gift from the Creator. Number 2. The earth is revered as Mother Earth. It is the origin of their identity as people. Number 3. All living and non-living things are interconnected and interdependent with each other. Number 4. Human beings are stewards or trustees of the land and other natural resources. They have a responsibility to preserve it. Last number 5. Nature is a friend to human being. It needs respect and proper care.